A lot of rappers are known for their ad-libs, but at this point in time, I am seriously convinced that no rapper has better ad-libs than Jim Jones. I don't care who you want to name, they don't have shit on Jim Jones. And if you think that I'm bullshitting you, just hang in there, because I'm about to go over some of the funniest Jim Jones ad-libs that I've heard in my life. And I did the research, I listened to a good 100 Jim Jones songs / verses at least, so appreciate that shit. I'm not just pulling these out of my ass. First one. It gotta be the latest, all black like the Raiders. Funeral! So they taste us, like we was lifesavers. Yummy! Which is one of my personal favorite ones, because I just find it funny. He's actually talking about girls blowing him, as if a girl sucking your dick would just go, yummy! Which, it would be pretty hilarious if she did, but I don't think that happens. Or maybe my dick just tastes awful. And my gun's all chrome like Destro. G.I. Joe, nigga. That's probably the only time you will hear someone say, G.I. Joe, nigga. I'm getting dirty money on a spin cycle. I'm like a dryer now. Like he's not even trying to be clever with these. Do you see how brilliant these are? You know, he's not trying to add on some clever shit that makes you go, damn, that's deep. He's just explaining it to you. Like, he's getting dirty money on a spin cycle. And dryers, they spin. It's fucking hilarious. It's genius. I watched the 80s, I killed the 90s, now I'm having scary dreams from all this guilt behind me. Spooky! And that's another one of my personal favorites, because when you hear the word spooky, what do you think of? Halloween! You think of tricking and treating and ghosts and goblins and shit. Not a rapper, but you do now. Whenever you hear the word spooky, you're probably going to yell it out like that. We got that white girl looking like Fergie's face. Ah! He actually does that, he screams. Because, have you seen Fergie's face lately? She's hideous. You could probably make a leather couch out of her face. She's looking pretty rough. She saw the sun rays. I told her soak it up. Get a tan, bitch. And that one's funny because it's like, at first it sounds like he's being nice. Like, yeah, you know, there's some sun over there. Why don't you soak up some sun? But then he follows it up with get a tan, bitch. Like he's being rude. But at first it was nice. What do you want, Jim Jones? Make up your mind. I'll beat you, bitch, like Ike and Turner. Hey, baby! Which is another funny one, because this one's reversed from the other one. Like, at first he's being mean, like he's going to beat you, but then he's saying, hey, baby, in a loving manner. Doesn't make sense. I'm confused by this dude. The IRS said I owe them $8 million. That's a lot of taxes. He's just clarifying shit. Like, $8 million, if you didn't know, that's a lot of taxes to owe. You owe $500 back, and you're like, shit. You owe $10 back and you're like, shit, $8 million? God damn. They say diamonds are a girl's best friend. BFF! Which, how often do you see BFF, best friends forever? I haven't seen that shit since, like, elementary school. You know, when you used to write notes back and forth and a girl might put BFF because she wanted to be your best friends forever? Or maybe nobody likes me anymore, so I just don't get those letters. Nobody wants to be my best friend at all, let alone forever. It's kind of sad. So how hideous my city is, if my bitch and my whip ain't the prettiest. Yo, what's the use? And that one makes me laugh because it's like, he's just saying, what's the use? Like, if his bitch and his whip ain't the best, what's the use? There's no point. If they look like shit, he's done. There's no use. He's probably going out in the woods and shooting himself. It's kind of sad. This is some deep, introspective Jim Jones shit right here. All these chains around my neck like a slave, bitch. Yo, my bad. Like, he's apologizing. He realizes what he said. Like, he shouldn't joke about slaves. That's his bad. He's owning up to it. I've been having problems with my sobriety. I'm getting drunk, nigga. That was funny, too, because it's like, that sounds like he's having more than just a couple problems. Because he's screaming, I'm getting drunk, nigga. That's beyond a problem. That's like, you're not even trying with your sobriety anymore. Because you're just getting drunk, nigga. Fuck the feds, I'm a drowning doe. I need a lifeguard, I guess. I got black and white stones like apartheid. Segregation. Just look that shit up. It's awful. Terrible. If you get caught, don't speak like autism. Yo, look that up. Like, he wants to teach you with these. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you hear autism, you're like, what's that? He's saying, look that up. He could even just use, Google it, nigga. And that'd be a good ad-lib, too. I might even use that if I start rapping again. Shit. Nobody steal that from me. You can call me Chris Brown because I'll beat you, bitch. My bad, Breezy. So, I mean, self-explanatory. Chris Brown, he will hit a woman. Until the feds come after us, Vampire Life, True Blood, Dracula, Spooky. I just had to add another spooky in. He does that from time to time. That one actually works though because he's talking about Dracula and vampires, so whatever. I'm not hating on spooky. Black diamonds like some fucking charcoal. Amistad. And if you've seen Amistad, the movie, he's pretty black. He is a black man. Like some diamonds or fucking charcoal. I call you bitch, but I mean no harm by it. Yo, my bad. Again, he's apologizing for what he says. Right after he offends you, he's like, look, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that shit, but you're a bitch. But I don't mean to offend you, though. No harm. No foul. No harm, no foul. All black whips like Amistad. Us free. And that one's good because he doesn't even, like, if you've never seen Amistad, you don't know what us free is. But in the movie, it's about slaves. They want to be free. He's like, give us free. Us free. So Jim Jones has got some deep shit going on here. Movie references, spooky shit. He's got it all. Cars like Ferraris from out of Italy. The boot country. So, I mean, you know Italy is shaped like a boot. But he's just telling you that shit. Like, could you imagine if you heard that rhyme and you didn't realize Italy was shaped like a boot? You would lose your mind. You'd be like, God damn, it's shaped like a boot. Jim Jones is on to something here. This one's good. Cooking coke over the stove, I do wonders with the pot. Chef Boyard Jim. So he's not Chef Boyardee, it's Chef Boyard Jim. Get it? Because his name's Jim Jones. That's what he said. And those are all the main ones that I have. But I just wanted to throw out there that whenever he talks about cars and planes, he likes to go, pew, and also, vroom. So you'll hear that a lot if you're listening to some Jim Jones. He also likes to say, get it, think about it, or look it up after he says something. And it's kind of funny because sometimes he'll say some shit that's not even clever at all. And he'll just be like, think about it. It's like, I don't even need to think about it. You just explain the shit right there. Look it up? I don't need to look it up. I already know. Then there's the usual. He says bang bang a lot. He says loaded almost every time he's talking about drinking. And he'll go nasty when he's talking about girls or sex. And this one just confuses me. He likes to go, Kalina. And I don't know what that means. I knew a girl named Kalina once. But maybe he knows her too. Maybe he's just trying to shout her out. So anyway, I'm sure there's a whole bunch more of those that you could find on your own, but that's what I came up with, and I listened to a bunch of Jim Jones to find them, so I hope you appreciated them. I find the shit kind of funny, so just listen to some Jim Jones yourself if you want to laugh. You might find some. If you find some new ones, let me know. Hit me up. Make sure you like the video. Check out some of my other album reviews. I did a video about Lil Wayne's album, about how shitty those lyrics are. All kinds of shit. Just check my channel out. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Spooky!